when I was young, I had two little boys, and I was living in England. And my husband and I at the time, we had no money. Like basically, I wasn't working. He was doing some very part-time something. We were on benefits, and I wanted to come back to New Zealand for my oldest boy to start school. And it was a I am going. There was no maybe or oh, only if we can get the money. I was like, no, I am going back to New Zealand for my son to start school, and it is happening. And I don't know how, but I just started. I'd been doing a hypnotherapy course, so I put together a little hypnotherapy routine for myself, and every morning I would sit there and well, I worked out that I would need probably about £5,000, which equated to about 15,000 New Zealand dollars back in those days. I worked out that's probably about as much money as I'd need to buy flights, to buy, to get into a rental property when we got to New Zealand and set ourselves up and la la la. So I decided I was going to visualize £5,000 coming to me. So every morning I just sat there and I imagined being given £5,000. I imagined a check. I imagined it going into my bank account. I imagined my bank account, visualized my bank account on the computer and what the numbers would look like. I then visualized myself buying plane tickets for everybody. I visualized us going back to New Zealand. I really got into the feeling of how amazing that was going to feel. Every day I did this in the morning, and then I just would forget about it for the rest of the day. And I didn't tell my partner I was doing this, although I knew that he would be up for coming back to New Zealand, if it all worked out. But I just kept it a secret, and every morning I did this, and £5,000 every day. And then a couple of weeks later, like it wasn't very long later, a couple of weeks, maybe three weeks at most, he revealed to me that he was going to enter this art competition, because he paints amazing big murals, and he'd been invited to enter this art competition, and the winner would get to paint their design on a massive wall in a really central place, and they would also get £5,000. And I just was like, what? My ears were like, what? And I just knew straight away, we're going to win that. And the competition was based on votes. So people had to vote, and he had quite a big social media following. So he just won by a freaking landslide, man. We got that £5,000 and we went back to New Zealand, and boom, it all just manifested, just like I had been visualizing.